After a 10-hour flight, we were greeted by Havana with 30 degrees Celsius and wind.
We are expecting waves between 3 and 5 meter high.
However, there was more wind, more salt and sandier beaches in store for us in the 230 kilometers away, Maria la Gorda. Will I see them, secretly touch them, even though I'm not allowed to? That is what each of our 4 heroes was thinking about in the Caribbean paradise, known for its forbidden black corals and a rich underwater world. In the morning, when the palm trees were covered in the color of gold, our 3 heroes were already anxiously waiting in front of the diving center. Many instructors often reject divers on wheelchairs, but the Cubans weren't afraid of us.
They are persons like us. They want to dive, they do the dive, and they enjoy it, just like us.
There weren't any ifs, except for the blessed one with the capital letter. The reassurances of our expedition leader to the instructors
they are all experienced divers.
were not necessary. Nevertheless, we could not avoid one simple fact. While the other groups were already diving, ours was still getting ready. The dive master did not lose his patience, despite the fact that the crawling divers are not assisted by almost anyone.
It is strange, but with the help of the instructors,
we all tried to respect the principle of the 3 adventurers on wheels. If there's anything I can do on my own, I will do it. When they managed to put on the diving equipment with the help of their assistants, the deep sea became an equally magical and liberating world for all of our 3 heroes.
Plavenke, črne korale, ogromno rib.
Super je bilo, super je bilo.
Ništa lepše nego biti u vazduhu I biti na moru.
The first dive was a success, but the reason for which we came is on the other side of the island, waiting for us in the depths of the Atlantic. After a few days of diving, we finally headed towards the Atlantic coast, destination Santa Lucia. Along the way, we encountered cows, whose meat is forbidden for Cubans over the age of 7. Killing a cow results in a 15-year prison sentence. Our constant companions were the typical Cuban old-timers and friendly locals, who were often queuing with food stamps in front of bakeries and stores. Everything was watched over by the spirit of national heroes and the saying of one of the most praised commandants of this revolutionary island, the legendary Che.
The Revolution Square, a place that was created by the revolutionary government in 1987 to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Che Guevara's death in Bolivia.
Revolution still has or must have an honorary place in the hearts of most Cubans.
I was a poor people, and thank you to the revolution, I became doctor.
Education in Cuba is free, and if you are hardworking, you can achieve anything, was convinced Professor Duarte, while proudly showing us pictures of his daughters who already finished their studies, and glancing towards a full table for us, the unknown but still welcome guests.
We prepare this dinner with our hearts.
With our hearts beating strongly, we also proceeded. Not so much for the generosity they were filled with, as for a slight anxiety. Their day was coming, on which our three heroes might have a face-to-face encounter with one of the most dangerous sharks.
Unaprijed nikad čovjek ne može znati jel se nečega boji ili ne boji.
The so-called bull shark is together with the tiger shark and the great white shark responsible for the most attacks on swimmers, snorkelers, kite surfers and surfers. In fact, it likes to sneak into shallow waters and lurk for any prey. But that did not scare our three heroes.
Ne postoji granice, ne postoji ništa.
The chief of the diving center in Santa Lucia, who has been observing sharks for many years, admitted, "I don't know many people who think this way."
Most of the people are afraid of this kind of diving.
His colleague Limai, who has been living with bull sharks since his childhood and studying them for the past 15 years, does not see any hostility towards humans in these mighty predators.
They are with fishermen almost every day in the water, and they know what the human being is. I think so. And other sharks, it will be different. I'm completely sure the behavior will be another one. But these bull sharks, they are very relational now with humans. And I think that's why they just let us make the show with them.
Along with his colleagues, Limai is also one of the few people who feed these cunning sharks with their bare hands.
They just come and open and then close it. You have to put your hand there, they suck that a little, and then you have to give them that, and then immediately you have to pull back your arm. If not, then you can lose some fingers.
Bomo vas spustili na tu vodo.
10, then 20 meters. The group kept on diving deeper with no sign of any sharks. And at the very end of the dive, a blurred silhouette appeared.
Približila se malo ajkula, pa se onda udaljila, opet približila pa se udaljila.
I nije izgledao opasno, nije bio gladan, čini mi se.
Then suddenly, the first shark was joined by another one.
Bio je mnogo bliže, nekih možda 7-8 metara. Baš je bio veliki lep.
But because 40 minutes had passed since the beginning of the dive and the current became increasingly stronger, the brave divers had to quickly say goodbye to the mighty predators.
Lušno je bilo, ne vem, ni me bilo strah.
Ispunili smo svoj zadatak.
Which even the large foreign media teams did not accomplish when looking for sharks only a few days earlier.
Diver je največja revija na svetu, potem še en kup jih je prišlo z novci in vsi so lepo šli domov brez, da bi videli morske pse. Mi smo jih videli v 3 dneh dvakrat.
A celebration with locals and an introduction into the secrets of Cuban gastronomy were more than suitable.
Spoznali smo v bistvu eno največjih potapljavk na dah, Deborah Handoja Lopez, ki je resnično sinonim za vse tisto, kar v športu bi naj bilo trud, delo. In poleg tega, da je nehala trenirati, dela z ljudmi, z invalidi in se trudi dati košček tistega tekmovalnega tudi takim, kot to ne bi nikoli mogli imeti.
It's very important to have to give the possibility to different people that have these problems and to stay inside in the ocean with dolphins, with turtle, with star. The ocean give you the possibility to do so many things that you can do it here in the earth, no? And the ocean is more easy than to dreams to do it something in the ocean.
As is appropriate for the end of a visit to Cuba, the following day we went to a renowned cigar shop.
Havana je prav gotovo značilna po rumu in po cigarah. v najbolj znan prodajni center Romeo in Julija se vsak dan zgrne na tisoče turistov. Tu z njimi zaslužajo samo na cigarah do 5000 evrov ali celo več.
Which is a lot for Cuban standards, as the average Cuban would have to work for 12 years to earn this amount, and for the amount we spend on that day as average tourists,
CTC 65.
Oh my gosh!
about 3 months.
Very expensive.
Nevertheless, most Cubans do not complain about their status. Or should we say, they must not complain. The revolution's strong hand reaches far, of which we were constantly reminded by the careful answers by locals when the conversations veered into politics. Despite this, we were able to speak a common language every day.
Ako se želi da se može naći nešto što nas spaja, u ovom slučaju je to bilo ronjenje.
And when people speak the same language, the depths of the sea, political, racial, physical, and cultural differences disappear, is what our heroes of the former republics of Yugoslavia were convinced of at the end. And according to the divers on wheelchairs, everyone should respect a similar language.
Desesperado, y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días, y yo desesperado, y tú contestando, quizás, 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 quizás. Quizás, 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 quizás.